Good morning, everyone. We're glad you joined us today here on Keeping Our Kids Safe, our video channel. The series we're working on is called Kids Helping Kids. This is the fourth installment, and it is a Thursday, so we're doing Think It Won't Happen to You Thursday. What this is a premise that was started a couple of years ago. My wife came up with the idea. I was doing a lot of research into different topics and subjects, and subjects kept recurring over and over and over again of the top 13 things that kids are dealing with today on the internet, and parents maybe not really understanding what there is about these subjects that they don't already know. Should they know more about it? They're a little bit unsure of how to deal with it, especially when the internet's involved, because everything is guided and directed towards getting kids online and getting that education via the internet, through school, homework, all the things that go along with that. So a lot of the issues in Think It Won't Happen to You are very serious issues. They deal in all sorts of topics, cyberbullying, sexting, we even delve into human trafficking and what kids need to look out for, and especially what parents need to look out for. So today's topic is based on probably one of the worst ones that our kids have to deal with every single day. It starts out our 13 list with cyberbullying. And cyberbullying is really, it's been around forever, and in the sense that bullying has always existed. And a lot of that comes from the inadequacies of the person that's bullying, their upbringing, their environment. A lot of things go into different parts and different aspects of a bully. And then just implementing that into the internet, and now it's 24/7. It's tough for kids to deal with, especially on the school ground, because not only are there physical contact with those people, so there could be beat downs and things like that. We've heard horror stories from all over the country in the last few years about that. It could also be someone that has gotten taken advantage of and then tries to retaliate, maybe not thinking they're a bully, but they retaliate with video slurs, with Twitter accounts that are run rampant with rumors and innuendos, so things like that. And then there's just the good old-fashioned bully that decides to use the internet 24/7 to harass another person. And that really is what it is. It's a form of harassment. It is illegal. The way you have to prosecute it in this day and age is you can't prosecute somebody for cyberbullying in the sense of bullying through the internet, but you can prosecute them through harassment. The harassment laws have been changed to also include bullying and cyberbullying, and there's a lot of great books out there. I'll make sure that we have one that's is a harassment book that we had the author in last year. It's a fantastic book. I'll make sure that gets posted up so you guys can get a copy of that. She really delves into all the aspects of harassment. So in preparing for today's video series, I went back and looked through some of the posts that I've done over the past recent few months. And if you want to go to keepingourkidsafe.co, it's not .com, it's .co for our company website, and then log on through that site. You want to type in top 13 issues, and in that section right there, I'll make sure we get a link up so you can find that. It's pretty easy, but we have a whole bunch of topics in there covering the 13 aspects of what kids go through, and cyberbullying is at the top of the list. There's some great information on that. It talks about what parents can do right now to help their kids, what they can do to help with maybe a little bit of cyberbullying so they can curtail it right now so that it doesn't go into a full-blown, where you have to bring law enforcement in. The best thing you can do is listen to your kids, especially if your kids are, really outgoing and talking all the time, and then all of a sudden they're not. You need to be aware of that. That's one of the first signs in any of the 5 or 6 major things that they're dealing with, whether it's drugs and alcohol, whether it's cyber abuse or harassment, or whether it is some type of abuse that's coming from either friends and family, or it could even delve into sexual abuse where somebody's taking advantage of your child. All of those things have similar signs. Your child withdraws within themselves, they won't talk about it, and you definitely need to communicate to them, because these are the kind of things that lead to the bad side of what can happen with cyberbullying, especially over the past 5 or 6 years since the internet has really grown. And MySpace and all the big social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, all of them are including young adults in that process. And kids sometimes decide to take the wrong choice, and that wrong choice is committing suicide based on cyberbullying. Don't let your kids be one of the statistics. I hate statistics, and I hate what it represents, because every person is a person. They're not a number, and that's kind of how it gets wound up in that. Especially, you'll hear maybe 1/10 or 1/20% of the kids that are harassed online end up doing cybercide. And if they do that, that's a lot of kids. That's not just one or two kids. That's a lot of kids nationally, and it's a lot of kids worldwide. So be aware of that. Again, on checking out our site, we have a bunch of great information on that website. I was just looking at it right there. It's called Cyberbullying, the New Face of Bullying, Part 1. If you do a search for Bill Wardell and that topic, you'll find it easy. But again, like I said, I'll make sure there's a link there. I joined a program, oh gosh, it's been a few months ago. I got this special band. It's called I Choose Friendship. This program is run by Mary Kay Hoyle and her site Your Sphere. She has a special site called, here, let me just bring it up and make sure we do it right. whatdoyouchoose.org. And if you go in there and you pick one of the 4 things that she shares with you as ideas of what you can do rather than bullying, you choose friendship, you choose love or kindness. And I chose friendship because I've always believed that what my grandma told me is you have to be a friend to have a friend. So that's my philosophy, and it makes it really easy for me to not be a cyberbully when I think about that, because we all have stresses during the day, and no matter what, you need to be able to look at things a little differently when you're talking on the internet. You know, if you the old adage is if you do cap locks, it sounds like you're yelling at the other person. So just little things like that. Make sure you know your conversation as you're texting it carries the right tone, because really truly, if your tone is negative and it's derogatory, it's going to come out whether you write those words, whether you type those words, or whether you say those words right to a person, to their face. You know, there was a PSA a couple of years ago about kids talking really bad about this girl right in front of her face, and you hardly could even believe it. You were like, oh my gosh, they're being so mean to this little girl. And then at the end, of course, this PSA says, now if that person was really there, is that how you would talk to them? So don't talk like that about them behind their back. And that's a good lesson for you as parents to teach your kids. I hope you'll take this seriously. Come by our website. We have tons of great information. I have resources all throughout the web. Our new book is coming out called Think It Won't Happen to You, the 13 topics and issues that kids deal with today. Helps you be a better internet parent. So look forward to that in the next month or two. We have a mini guide that we've launched. You can get that on any one of our 3 sites. Just go to there and you'll see it. It says mini guide, 13 steps condensed down to just 3 or 4 ideas that will help you right now, especially with iPhone use and things like that, social networking. It's a fantastic little guide, and it's free. You don't even have to put your email in to get it. So appreciate your guys' time. Look forward to talking to you next week on our next Think It Won't Happen to You topic. And as always, be safe, and definitely keep your kids safe online. This is Bill signing out, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.